email marketing in business. We say that email marketing is actually small business owner's best friend. And today, I'm going to show you why. So in the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to talk about why you should be using email marketing and how you can use it to max out your contacts to help you grow your business. So I'm going to share some really actionable tips with you that you can take back to your laptop as soon as you get back to your offices, home offices. If you have a question, just let me know, and obviously I'm going to be around at the end to talk to anybody. I've only got 20 minutes today, and I do have a longer presentation than this. So if anybody wants a more detailed presentation, please let me have your name and email address at the end, and I will send it to you. So before we get started, just a little bit about me. So I started marketing by Minal last March. I had my 1 year anniversary last month. Thank you. Whole 1 year in business, and I haven't driven my husband mad yet. There is still time. So I started my business to help small businesses give their marketing more focus. I've been in marketing for just over 15 years, and I've worked with a number of UK and international companies. The last company that I worked with, I actually got to meet and work with a lot of small businesses, and it was then that I realised that that's what I wanted to carry on doing, and that's what I love about what I'm doing now. You can get in touch with me in any of these ways on the slide, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. If you do send me a LinkedIn request, tell me you met me here today, because I don't generally accept requests from people that I don't know. Oh, let's get started. So, they do say first impressions matter, and people tell you not to judge a book by its cover, but people do when it comes to emails. So when someone opens your email, you really need to think about what type of impression you're making, because if it's not a good one in the first few seconds of them seeing your email, they will decide to either delete it or, even worse, mark it as spam. So you really do need to focus on how you look in people's inboxes. So, which looks better? On the left-hand side, as you're looking at it, is an email that's been sent from an Outlook or a Yahoo or a Gmail account. On the right-hand side is an email that's been sent through an email service provider. So an email from a service provider just does get you noticed in the inbox. You can see that there is an eye-catching image, you can see that there are a few lines of text, and a really, you find the pointer, a really distinct call to action, so what you want people to do when they get your email. The left-hand side just does not look professional. It doesn't make you look as if you're a business. The other thing that an email service provider will do is keep you on the right side of the law. So if you've heard me speaking about email marketing before, with my blogs, you'll know that I talk a lot about getting people's permission. And when you get permission to be in someone's inbox, that means that you can email them with relevant content. An email service provider will help you do that legally so that you are not spamming people. So I hope you understand, for the reasons I've said, why you should use a reputable email service provider and not send things from your own personal account, unless of course it is a one-to-one basis, then you don't want to go to the trouble of creating an email. So what is email marketing? Well, at its base level, email marketing is all about delivering professional communications, making sure that you look great in any inbox, and it's making sure that your brand is recognisable when your email lands in somebody's inbox. And it's sending stuff to interested audiences. So it's understanding what your audience wants to read about, what is going to make them open your email without getting to the point where they hit that delete button or mark you as spam. It also contains information that is relevant to them. So if you don't understand what your audience is interested in, the best way to find out is to ask them. So I generally at the end of all my emails that go out, ask my readers to send me topics that they're interested in. I will ask questions on social media from time to time. And every year I plan to do a survey to my entire list to ask them what they want to know about. And I did this last year, had quite a lot smaller list than I have now. But I'm working through all the things that people sent back to me to write about, so that when I do, I know that they're going to open their email and it's going to be interesting to them. And then you want to make sure that your email looks great in any inbox. So over half of people open their emails on a mobile device. So you need to make sure that your email looks great on a laptop, a tablet and a mobile phone. Okay? I'm just going to have a drink of water. So why email? It's because email just works everywhere. It's the best tool that you can use to reach your audience. So these days, you look at your emails for updates for everything. So not just from service providers. You might get emails from the bank, emails from your mum, from your children. People just are in their inboxes all the time. So by a show of hands, who's already checked their emails this morning?
Of course, definitely.
That's pretty much the whole room. So as you can see, people read emails. So 88% regularly check their phones. That's more than how many people check social media or videos. And 91% of people read their emails or check their emails on a daily basis. It's reliable. If you use an email service provider, you will get into people's inboxes 90+% of the time. Now that's compared to 2% of your fan base seeing your posts on Facebook, which is a huge difference. And it just works. It has 3 times the conversion of social media. And for every pound that you spend on email marketing, you get an average return of £38. And that just makes financial sense. So to do email marketing, you need an email list. And you just have to ask. So my favourite saying, which my husband will attest to, is, if you don't ask, you don't get. So when it comes to email addresses, you just have to ask. You have to ask people everywhere that you meet, where you come into contact with, either you meet them or they see you. So on your website, on your social media, on your business cards, at events, at trade shows, every touch point that you have with your target audience, you should be asking for their email address. When it comes to content, you should write for your audience and not for you. And I see a lot of emails where people stuff it full of information about their company, and it's all me, 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 me. But the emails that get read are all about you, 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 you. Because 38% of people will unsubscribe from your emails if they think that they're boring and they don't contain information that's relevant to them. And 32% will mark your email as spam. So those are quite compelling numbers. So make sure that you're writing with your audience in mind. So when it comes to content, how much should you include? Who's heard the saying, less is more? Yeah. So nobody looks forward to receiving a long, detailed email from a business. We're all really busy and we want people to get to the point really quickly. So your email should be short and easy to read and easy to digest, and people should be able to understand straight away what action you want them to take, because you want them to do something. You either want them to visit your website, you want them to register for an event, or you want them to download an ebook. That action needs to be really easily recognisable and quick to do. So generally, and this is from research from a company that I like to use called Constant Contact, they surveyed, or they analysed over 2 million emails sent by their customers. So generally, emails with 20 lines or less of text work better, and 3 pictures or fewer. I really like this next one because I always get lots of emails with lots and lots of links in them to click. And again, from this same piece of research that Constant Contact did of their customer emails, they found that emails with one link performed the best in terms of click-throughs. And you judge the success of your email by how many people click through onto the action that you ask them to do. So you can see how high the click-throughs are for one link. 2 performs okay, and at 3 it really starts to drop off. So just make sure that in your email you include one clear call to action, and don't include any more than 3 links, because that's going to affect the response rate to your email. I'm racing through this. Is everyone okay? Okay. So, you've heard that a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's really true in your emails. So, when you use images, make sure that you make them clickable. Now, for some reason, we're all trained to click on images. So, when we receive emails, we tend to click on images. And it's a great way for you to get people to the action that you want them to take. So normally when I send out an email where I'm talking about a blog post that I've written, there will be a button for people to click on, but my main image in my newsletter links to the blog post. So I'm giving myself every chance for people to read the thing that I want them to read. Make sure that you keep the key action above the scroll line, so people don't have to scroll to find out what you want them to do. And that's really important for mobile devices. So if you get a really long email, you don't want to be doing this, which is annoying, and it's bad for yourself. And then limit the choices that you give people in that email. So a while ago, I heard of this example of a florist who actually was testing the send to her audience. And she did a split test, so it's half her list. She sent an email that only had one picture of a bouquet of flowers and a link to her website. And in the second email, she had 3 different bouquets. The first email outperformed the second one because she only gave her readers one choice. But it wasn't just that bouquet of flowers that people bought. They went onto her website and looked at all the different products that she had, and they bought a mix of things. But because she limited them to one choice, she just had a better response rate. So make sure that you limit the choices that you give people. I've already mentioned about how many people use mobile devices to look at their